What is up to all of my little unicorns, new and old? It's your girl WestIndieRay back again with another information-filled video. Now today's video is going to be how I do this makeup look. This is pretty much my everyday makeup look and people ask me questions about it all the time, especially on my Instagram. So I hope that all you people who follow me on Instagram are watching this video because I made it specifically for you. But before I get into this video, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel and also hit the bell icon next to that subscribe button so that you're notified whenever I upload new videos. Also, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up to let me and YouTube know that you like this kind of content so I can keep it coming. I also wanted to let you guys know that the reason why you didn't see me applying a primer in this video is because I had just got finished doing my skincare routine and I didn't feel the need to do the primer. I felt like that might have been a little bit too much. But for your information, my favorite primer like of all time is NYX Angel Veil. That is like my jam. I love that primer, but they do have a lot of good other primers if you don't really like that one, or if your skin is a little bit oily and you don't want to, you know, have something that has so much of a blurring effect. But by far that is my favorite primer. I'm also known to use this HD Studio Photogenic primer by NYX. You guys, this video is not sponsored. They did not pay me for this. They probably like barely even know that I exist besides sending me like a couple lipsticks one time. But yeah, throughout this video you'll see me using a lot of NYX products, which means that this tutorial is also very affordable. So if you guys are into that, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into the video and I hope that you enjoy it. Alright, so I'm going to just start off by using NYX the Brow Glue. I recently came across this stuff and I really love it. It really does a good job at making my eyebrows stay in place. So what I do first is I brush down and then I brush up to get my desired shape. The reason why I brush down in the beginning is just so that I can make sure that all of the hair gets coated in the brow glue rather than just brushing up and only getting like one swipe of the brow glue on there. So just brush down and then brush up to your desired shape, and they really do stay all day. Next, I'm going in with the Nyx Lift and Snatch. I have this in the dark brown color. I think it might be called Espresso or something like that. And I also have it in the auburn color. The reason being, I just didn't want my brows to look too dark with my hair color that I have. So this is a new product that I'm really loving. It also doesn't get like clunked up with the brow glue. So the two products work really well together. For this particular day, this was like my first time using it. So I kind of messed up and I went in with another brow product that I have that you'll see in a second. It's just a pomade by e.l.f. that I've had for a long time, and I kind of used it to like fill my brows in a little bit more. But the next day I did them again and I did them a lot better, and I only used the brow glue and the lift and snatch, and they came out so cute. So this product is really good if you really want like a very natural looking brow, a brow that, you know, looks like it actually you grew it because the tip is so thin that it looks like the brush strokes actually look like brow hair. So I would highly recommend this product. Here you just see me brushing it up just to make it look a little bit more natural since I did have the pomade in, and then I'm just gonna clip over and show you the finished look that day. But like I said, I think that they looked a lot better the next day when I did them. They looked a lot more natural, and I'm into the more natural looking brows now. Next, I'm going in with the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer. This is in the color 12. This was actually gifted to me, and I really love it to cover up my dark spots. As you guys can see, I have some blemishes on my face. I usually don't get a lot of blemishes, and I'm kind of known for clear skin online, but I was just on my cycle and I had a couple blackheads. So I always use this whenever I have dark marks or anything like that because it conceals them so well and does a great job at color correcting. And then I just go in with a sponge and I dab that into my skin so that it's buffed out, but not too much to the point where you could see through it. I kind of just do it halfway, just enough for it to look a little bit more natural, but I don't do it all the way to the point where I'm like wiping it off my face, and then it's just a stippling motion. I'm not like spreading it around. As for my foundation, I don't use a full coverage foundation like I used to before. I've been more into like lighter coverage because I just don't feel like I need it that much. So I'm going in with the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil in the color Cinnamon Mahogany. I just apply a little bit of that to my cheeks, to my T-zone area, and then I apply it all across my whole entire face with my sponge. So you guessed it, up next, another NYX product. This is the Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer in the color True Beige. I really love this concealer, you guys. I get this a little bit lighter than my skin tone just to brighten up my under eye and my T-zone area on top of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. And optionally, sometimes I do this, I don't always do it. I put it like on the bottom part of my cheeks, right next to my jawline, just to give myself a little bit of contrast when I go in and contour with my bronzer. But again, that's not something that I always do or that you have to do. And then I just go ahead and blend that out with my sponge. To set it all, I use the Can't Stop Won't Stop setting powder by NYX, and this is in the color medium. To me, this is the perfect shade for my skin tone. I believe they also have a deep color too, and obviously like a lighter one, because what brand does not have lighter shades, you know? So I go ahead and I set my whole entire face with it. The most important parts, I would say, for me are definitely the shiny parts of my face. I definitely hit my forehead with this because your girl does get shiny, and I also go over my eyebrows with it because I hate that shiny look in the eyebrow, especially when you take pictures, or God forbid you have a flash on in pictures and your eyebrows are shiny. If that's ever happened to you, leave me a comment in the comment section below, because that is my life and I hate it. So always make sure that you set your eyebrows as well. Next up is a product that I just started using and I love it. It's the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Foundation, and this is in the color Toffee. I mainly use this as like a transitional powder, so it lasts me a really long time. I do apply this with a thick brush, and I mostly get my cheeks, but I kind of go over my whole entire face with it, just to make sure that I am kind of blending out or dusting off a lot of that setting powder that I put on there. It just helps me like look more like a person and less like a ghost. So I'm just putting that everywhere, and even getting my neck with it a little bit so that my neck doesn't look super light and my face looks super bronzy. This next product is one of my favorite in my whole entire makeup collection. I don't know how I would ever give up the NYX Matte Bronzer in the color Deep Tan. This bronzer is perfect for you people out there with warmer skin tones. I just apply it with a bronzer brush. I believe this is the It's My Ray Ray BH Cosmetics collab. And I just apply that around my face, my cheekbones, of course, to make them miles high. I also put it on my chin with this brush and across my forehead. This bronzer is just everything to me. I've been using it probably for years, and I don't know how I would ever stop or swap it out for anything else. The only other thing that I liked equally to this is the Benefit Cosmetics, the Hoola bronzer. That one was really good, but this is by far my fave, and it is definitely the most cost effective between that and the Hoola. I also use this bronzer for my eyeshadow look. I don't know, I'm just not really a huge eyeshadow girl. I don't really like doing all the eyeshadow looks. I just think it's extra for me, especially for an everyday look. So I use my bronzer on my eyelids as well. I think it just makes my face look like it has more dimension. And I take the same brush and I bring it down the sides of my nose as well for that contour. And then after that, I take an even smaller brush and I get the bridge of my nose. This, to me, it just makes my nose look really cute. It makes it look like it kind of turns up a little bit, if that makes sense. This part is completely optional. I think my nose is fire the way that it is, but when you're doing makeup, you know, you accentuate your features. So that's all I'm doing right here. I love doing this. Up next, I'm using the Anglola highlighter by the Crayon Case. I love this highlighter. It's kind of dark for my skin tone. I was using the Juvia's Place in Nefertiti, which worked really well, but I kind of like that baked look, especially when it's winter and my skin gets super pale and stuff like that. I really love this one, even though it's borderline a little bit too dark for me. I think it just makes my face look nice and shimmery and baked and bronzy. So I use this on the bridge of my nose. I also use it on the upper part of my cheekbones, right above where I do the bronzer. I also use it over my Cupid's bow and on my chin as well. So excuse the packaging, but I'm going in with the Saharan Blush Volume 1. I use the color Toby like a fiend, okay? Neo is also really cool. I haven't really used the other ones too much for anything other than my eyelids, but I just go in with a blush brush and I kind of do that same stippling effect over my cheeks, right over that highlighter that I just put on. I also like to put this over my nose as well. To me, it just gives me, like I said before, that really baked tan look that I love and that I go for every time. You don't want to put too much over your nose, but I do like to tap a little bit on there. And another trick that I use with my ever so versatile bronzer is I actually take a flat brush and I like to apply some of it underneath my eyes, like not on the waterline because that would be weird, but like right underneath my eyelids. To me, I think it just gives me some depth. Right before I go in with the Nyx Epic Ink Liner. This is my favorite liner. You guys always ask me how I get perfect wings, and it's because the tip on this liner is so dang small. It's a brush rather than a felt tip like most other liners, and it just works like a charm. It works like a charm. Before, I was using a Wet n Wild one that I used to swear by, but they stopped making it. So Nyx is the only one that I know of that's cost effective, that actually has this really little brush tip, and I just love it. Up next, I'm going in with the NYX On The Rise Volume Mascara. I really love this mascara because it stays on all day. I can get soaking wet and it will not run whatsoever, but it's also not terrible to take off at the end of the night when I'm washing my face. I cannot stand those waterproof mascaras that literally you could wash your face with like cleanser and they still don't come off, and you have to use oils and do like 3-step facial cleansing just to get the mascara off and pull out your eyelashes. I cannot stand that. So I really love this mascara because it stays on all day and it also comes off easy at night. Now finally, for my lips, I'm using the NYX eye pencil in the color medium brown to line my lips. You guys, I haven't found anything quite as amazing as this eye pencil for my lip liner. A lot of different lip liners, they tend to have like a red undertone even if they're brown, but this one is just straight up brown. It's not too dark to where it looks like you have on black lip liner or anything like that, and it's just not too red either. I literally love this stuff, and it is the only thing that I feel comfortable using on my lips. Whether I'm doing a red lip or a neutral lip or some lip gloss, I always reach for this one. So at this point, NYX does need to sponsor me because I'm going in with the Nyx Matte Lip Cream in the color Dubai. I use that one first, and I just go over the eyeliner that I just put on my lips with that to kind of blend things out a little bit. From there, I go in with the same product but in a different shade, in the shade Stockholm. I go in with that in the middle of my lips, and I kind of just rub them together in order to get that really cute ombre effect. So for this next part, you can really use any old red lipstick. My favorite is actually the Stunna Lip Paint by Fenty Beauty in the color Uncensored, but you just want to dab a little bit on with your finger. You don't want to actually use the applicator like to apply it because you don't want red lips, but you just want them to look a little bit more juicy and healthy. And then I just go in with the eyeliner again to add a little bit more drama. From there, I'm just going to put on my favorite lip gloss. It's called Crystal Gloss. I get it from the beauty supply store. It's super cheap and it does the trick and stays on all day. To finish things off, I'm going in with the NYX Bear With Me Multitasking Spray just to set my face one more time. Y'all, this face is gonna stay on all day, rain, sleet, or snow, I promise you. I don't know what it is about these products, or maybe because they're all from the same line basically, that makes it go so well together, but this face will stay on no matter what, I promise you. All right, so that brings us to the end of the video. If you made it all the way to the end with me, make sure to leave a little unicorn in the comment section below. Make sure to also like, subscribe, comment, and share. Follow all my social media accounts right down there in the description box below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.